Hey everyone, Phobos here, coming at you with a build guide, and this time it's going to be for the Divine Ire Totem Ascendant. And just a note, I think I have 2 build demonstrations up for this. The information in them is going to be largely the same. It's more just like one of them kills Shaper, one of them kills Hydra, I think, and then one of them might do another map. Might even have 3 up, but I just wanted to get the Shaper one separate from like the Hydra one or something like that. So yeah, you can watch either of those to see like a demo, and the demonstration is going to be relatively similar. But yeah, so decided to make this just because I always wanted to try Divine Ire and Totems. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work very good at all at low level, so never do that like around when you first get it. But once you get a lot of gear, a decent amount of cast speed and stuff like that, it tends to work pretty well. My assessment is clear is not as good as freeze pulse, but does more single target damage for like less investment for sure, and obviously with more investment it'll do more damage anyway. So go through the links: multiple totems, control destruction, divine ire, infused channeling, hypothermia, faster casting. So infused channeling, as I mentioned in the other video, still it doesn't give you infusion, but it still gives you 39% more, so it's still good. Multiple totems. At first I thought I didn't need this for clear, but as it turns out, like Divine Ire, not everything in the AoE is getting hit, right? Because it only hits a certain number of targets. So having 2 totems is actually kind of advantageous. And then having 2 beams is never bad either, right? Because that cleans up a lot of like the rares and stuff. Using this to get ton of auras, hatred, zealotry, and wrath on here with a level 4 enlighten. Then we have a Herald of Ash in here with 50% reduced mana reserved on a +1 totem shield. So this is a bit more of an expensive build, but you can kind of like modify and adapt things. You don't really need to use the Herald of Ash at all. It adds more damage for sure, but I was just only adding it because I was able to. I wouldn't drop like an ass load of life or crit from the tree in order to do it, basically, right? Neck is pretty good here. The kick is I actually tend to not need the resist, so I just corrupt them. For cast speed, it's probably the best thing you can get. I use these boots just because they're good. You probably want the lightning ones, but I had Paracold with the damage penetrate, so got those. And then 1% reduced mana reserve for Bestial, and then 1% reduced mana reserve normal Jewel here. If I had a level 4 Enlighten, I would only need 1 of those, I believe. So if I had a level 4 Enlighten in here, I mean, I have a level 4 in here. In terms of the Ascendancy, so we're Hierophant, Chieftain. I like Chieftain just because like I feel like the damage you get from going the other Ascendancies isn't like super amazing. You actually still get decent damage from this because you get Cover and Ash, and you do part fire damage, especially if you have a weapon that converts physical to fire, especially if you're running Herald of Ash. So I don't know, I just feel like it's not that bad. You get life regen, it's pretty decent. Yeah, so obviously Hierophant is just a no-brainer for the Arcane Surge and the extra totem. And then here we're using 2 Might of the Meeks just for more health, essentially, because the build is a little rough on health. It's going to get more as I level, obviously. Probably top out around like 5.5k, something like that. Pretty much standard totem pathing. Actually pick up Mind Over Matter here because we're doing the Mind Over Matter EB. Don't need to pick up EB because we already have it from the Helm. Oops. In terms of where we're going to be going in the future, this wheel is actually pretty important. I think even the inside is good. I'm going to have to do the math on like going this way versus getting some other damage nodes, but you definitely want to pick up at least Divine Wrath and then probably Divine Fury as well. Obviously we're getting our crit. This node's super amazing. In terms of where to go in the future, probably going to go down to grab Phalanx the Viper or this for a little bit more dex, just so I don't have to be so stringent in terms of dex requirements on gear and stuff like that. Maybe we'll eventually pick up Divine Judgment because it helps out with the shock and stuff like that, as well as just giving the pen elemental damage and all that. I need to grab Amplify too. I don't have that for some reason. But yeah, so And then, oh yeah, for bosses, you can also swap in like Conk Effect. I didn't actually do that here, but probably worth doing. May even want to swap it in for multiple totem if you have like a setup like this where you have a white socket, but I'll have to like think about that really. Maybe I'll do some more test runs, and if that turns out to be better, I'll post a video. But I guess right now you'd swap it out for like controlled destruction or something. Yeah, that's pretty much the build though. Oh, and then the focus, yeah, so we have the gloves here, and then that, so that's most of your focus stuff. I'm considering putting double damage on this when focused, when I multi-mod it. I'm going to clean it up first, so I'm going to keep the prefixes, scour the suffixes, and then multi-mod it with something and put the higher tier spell damage on there, but just not sure exactly what I want to do yet, so I haven't done it. And yeah, it's pretty much the build. I'd say it's mostly good for bossing. Like I said, it doesn't crowd control the Legion enough, in my opinion, to be genuinely safe totem build for high-level mapping on totems and hardcore. It's just kind of like the reality of the situation. It does freeze, but it requires like the beam to hit on the heavy targets most of the time. Like it'll freeze the lighter stuff with just the charge up, but the beam needs to hit for the heavy targets. And sometimes that just isn't like super reliable, right? It's not like freeze pulse totem where you have like super insane projectile speed range. So yeah, pretty much it. Any other questions or anything, feel free to leave them in the comments, and thank you very much for watching. Talk to you guys later.